Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Weekly Plant Wisdom, Flower Power Weekly Plant Wisdom. And I hope you have all had a restful week so far. This time of year can get kind of crazy. I thoroughly enjoyed the solstice. I did an awesome meditation, which was really, really insightful, and I loved it. And so we're coming down to the end of 2020, which I think most of us are going to be really happy to see it go. I think I speak for almost everyone here. So I'm Allison, and this is my Flower Power fun weekly wisdom that I'm doing. I'm doing it kind of because I want to learn more about the plants myself, and so it's been really, really great to work on this and share it with you. So this week, it's the week of December 28th. And so for this week, I decided to pull a card from the Flower Therapy cards here. That's, the light's reflecting. Which way do I go? By Doreen Virtue and Robert Reeves. And these are these beautiful photographs and with a message. And the card I pulled was Begonia. And Begonia message is patience. So something we all could probably stand to work on. I know I can. Patience is not my favorite thing. So I thought, this is definitely a message for moi. So it's the last week of the year, and we usually spend a lot of time with visiting friends and sharing the joy of the season, friends and family. And I don't know about you, but not being able to do that this year has really been very difficult for me. I really miss being with my friends. So this week is also astrologically, it is a full moon in Cancer, and Cancer is a water sign, and it is all about nurturing and mothering and self-care and really taking care of the heart. So we'll see how that fits in with this message of patience for today. And so Begonia is a family that has 1,500 species, which is quite a bit. And it's mostly grows in tropical and subtropical regions of all across the globe. And for that reason, because I'm in New Hampshire, I have not worked with this plant specifically. I have a house plant, Begonia house plant right here, and I wanted to, where can I put that where you can see it? So this is my Begonia here. It's kind of like a mini angel wing Begonia. And this, just to give you a visual, let's see if you can see it there. So that's my Begonia that I had grow inside. I have to bring it in the winter time. It doesn't, it would not winter over here. So most begonias are used as like a landscape or annual plant in the northern latitudes because they are not hardy around here. Their leaves are, one of the things about this is it's super succulent and kind of juicy, and so we find that the juices are used, have been used medicinally in certain areas of the world. So most of the time the flowers are like pink or white, and one of the main things about Begonia that has made it a very popular plant is that it can grow in a partial shade. So it does not require full sun like a lot of plants do in order to bloom and to thrive. It can't grow in the total darkness, but it can grow in some partial shade. So in fact, it's so popular, and there's so many varieties of it that have been developed horticulturally, that it has its very own society, the Begonia Society of America or something like that. So I thought that was kind of cool. So there's so many species, they're so spread out across the globe that it has been used medicinally in a bunch of different ways. So the leaves are used to make a tea for like coughs and colds, and the root which roots are often a lot more potent than the leaves in any plant. That's for more like a purgative, if you need to, upchuck. So sometimes you need that, right? if you took a poison or something like that. And the juiced leaves, like I said before, they're used for toothaches, and many parts of many of these species are actually edible and used in salads and so on, by the indigenous people where they grow. So, however, I'm just going to recommend, like, I have no idea if this thing is edible, so I'm just going to recommend don't try to use this unless you really know what you're doing. There's so many different species. Who knows whether this one is edible or medicinal or not. So the begonia flower essence is usually made from, I've got a little picture here, from the wax begonia, which looks like this. Can you see it? It's just like a reverse thing. So it's like a little wax begonia, and that is a very common kind of a landscape plant. So this is often what is used for the flower essence. And the message from wax begonia, it's a heart-centered essence, and it helps us to balance and kind of understand what's going on in our hearts. So this goes quite well with our full moon in Cancer, which is also telling us to take good care of our hearts this week. So according to Nature's Remedy, which makes the begonia flower essence, it is used for moving forward into new growth and development and changing unbalanced subconscious thoughts that lead us into negative situations. It aids in processing and releasing negative emotions or negative emotional energies picked up from other people and the environment around us. There have certainly been quite a lot of negative energies happening around us this year. And as we move into this, whatever this post-pandemic world is going to look like, we need to be able to leave those things behind. We need to be live more from the heart and just recognize that whatever happened in 2020 stays in 2020, right? We need to just be moving on. And so begonia is going to help us to move through a time period where we've been forced to examine and integrate what's really true for us. And I think most people have had to do that. What is really important to me? So the angel wing begonia essence, angel wings looks kind of like this one here with the pointed leaves, but they're usually much bigger than this. This essence specifically helps us feel both the calm and courage necessary to live from our heartfelt convictions. It also peels back the veil to reveal that we are in the company of angels supporting us in every move. So this is very similar to what we learned from the card. So I can get that in there without it reflecting too much. So patience. Oops, that's way up, down. There we go. So the message from the Flower Therapy Oracle card is, your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. There's also a guidebook that goes with this, and this uses some kind of religious terms. I'm not a particularly religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person. So if you need to replace these words with whatever works for you, go for it. But here's what it says. The angels are asking you to be patient. When you are calm, you are better able to hear the voices of God's loving messengers. Focus on the affirmation, everything happens in divine timing. And be reassured that all is as it is meant to be. It's very true that if we're panicking and we're frustrated and we're impatient, we are not going to be able to hear our intuition speaking to us about what is the right way to go. So the card also tells us that this could, it also could mean that you have someone testing your patience. Is there ever a time when that's not happening? Maybe not. But if that is really happening for you right now, it's saying that you need to put up some boundaries so you can get your good work done. It's really important to do that. Some other meanings of this card is asking us to release frustration, anger, and irritation. So that's kind of like the opposite of patience, right? You'll soon be calmer and more peaceful, and others will be attracted to your beautiful energy. So let's see. Can I get this to stay up here again. That worked well with pine last week, didn't you think so? I don't know. It's going out of the picture. I'll have you know I'm getting a new computer, so this one has not been working that well for me. I'll see if I can hold this for you. So let's think about patience, okay? What does it say? Patience is a virtue. And that is so true. We need to be able to just trust the universe and the unfolding of our lives and be patient. We need to practice this. Practice, right? As I said at the beginning, I am not the most patient person, and so this has been a very good message for me this week. So at this time of year, we're kind of hoping for new beginnings, leaving the year behind, looking forward to kind of like the grace of a fresh start. And we want to be forgiven for the past, and we are setting goals and intentions and resolutions and things to try to start a better year. So Mike, what are you setting this year? What are your intentions for this year? And my next question is, will you be one of the, I think, 80% of people who doesn't follow through with that? That many people set goals and resolutions, and within weeks or months, they've kind of given up. So don't be that kind of person. You have to have the patience to stick with and stay focused long enough to see these goals, see these intentions manifest and come to fruition. So let's think about it. What does it feel like to be patient? You know, when you're impatient, it's like really kind of up and out. It's like a lot of energy leaving your body. So you're like frustrated with your hands, or it's in your head, or you're yelling or talking, and so a lot of this energy is kind of swirling around. And where the feeling of patience is, like, we need to bring that farther down into our body, into our heart, into our body, our torso, and kind of conserve that, because if you're putting out everything out there, you're not going to be patient at all. So you need to refocus on that and focus on being satisfied with where you are. If you're impatient, waiting for something to come, it's not going to show up because you're not going to be allowing it into your life. So this state of allowing is really, really challenging for humans because we are not taught to do this. We're taught to do all the time and got to get it done and make it happen, when truthfully, we'd be a lot better off if we just become what we are, human beings, right? Not human doings. So as we're trying to be patient, what can we do in this state? And what I'm going to suggest is that you just continue to go deeper into yourself and take a look inside. Go into those kind of shadowy places and ask yourself, do I like what I'm finding here? We know the message from Begonia, it grows in the shade. It's beautiful. It can still thrive even without the full sun. We haven't had full sun this year, right? We've been deprived of a lot of the things that make us thrive. And so remember that you can still be that beautiful person even in the shade. So wait patiently for your prayers to be answered. But, keep praying. All right? Don't give up. Have patience. It doesn't mean just sit there and wait. It means you're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. So trust the journey and be patient and kind to the people that come along your path, and especially kind to yourself. Take care of yourself this week. Make sure you are thinking about your own self-love, and I hope you have a wonderful and happy new year. And if you're interested in learning more about getting more involved, about going deeper with plant medicine and plant energetics, feel free to join my Facebook group, Flower Power, where I'm just getting it started, but we'll be having it's a place where I'm creating a community around working with plants, plant allies, and just sharing those ideas with each other. So have a happy new year. And before I go, I want to tell you that I got a brand new card deck, and I am so excited. Originally, when the first card deck I ever got was a traditional tarot card deck. And, excuse me, Begonia. And I was out shopping and I bought myself a Christmas present called the Herb Crafter's Tarot. And this is, like, I love this so much. It is every card, it's very similar to tarot if you ever use those or seen those, where it has different suits, and but everything is an medicinal plant. So all of the different cards and people and suits are all plant oriented. So on New Year's Day, I'm not going to do this live, but I will be posting a video using the Wheel of the Year, which is a tradition that's all kind of like earth-centered spirituality type traditions, and Wiccan and other types of groups, which I'm not really part of a specific religion, but use this technique to look at the stages of the coming year. So I thought this would be a great idea to do it. So I'll be drawing cards. I'll be doing a video. I'll be posting it on my YouTube channel, and I'll post it here also on my Facebook page. So that's going to be some insight for the year ahead. And I'm really looking forward to that, to playing with my new cards, and they're going to be really cool. So I hope you have a great new year, and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.